Hello, thank you for clicking on the video. If you like my content or the video, why not give a like, comment, and a subscribe, and let's get down to the video. I feel like I should scoot over this side. Yeah, it seems like I'm fine now. But let's just reorganize ourselves. We should probably put away the scythe, put away my wings, put myself, well, I don't know where the hell this thing's going to sit to begin with. And we go full screen. And then I just, oop. Okay, I figured out where it's sitting. Thanks for a welcome back. I think this is probably fine, right? Also, we'll turn on captions so you don't have to, deal with that nonsense of if it is too quiet. What we have to do is now see where the volume sits. So let's try. Why is that gray? I don't know why the audio. Oh, I figured out why it's gray. But basically, you know the drama that happened on the X side? This guy explains it a lot more. And actually, what people are not actually looking at, he goes frame by frame and then explains it. I just wanted to cover this a little bit because obviously, mainly, everyone is just saying that they're cheating. Oh, hello, Doge. But they kept saying that the person's cheating, but this guy points out quite a few things. Also, he knows the person, along with the fact that he also received the files of the video that are actually the raw files of the clips. So, yeah, a bunch of things. Hello, Doge.
Hey, what's up, guys? In today's video, we're going to be going over these viral Battlefield
I kind of
6.
feel sorry for him right now. He basically just has this bar in his face. Let me fix that. There. That's better. Oh yeah. By the way, give me a second. If anyone's curious on the video, I'll paste it in. Well, I'll paste the video in YouTube's and also Twitch's chat. So you guys could check it out later if you guys are interested. There. So now let's just wait for it to buffer through.
Clips that everybody on the internet is freaking out over. Asmongold made a video, Tectone replied to it. It had a quote retweet that hit a
Update the chat thing. Are you talking about how now you could see the chat on, Twitch, and also you could see, well, you could see YouTube's and Twitch's. I just ended up putting a bar so it separates the two, but it's kind of hard to see with this thing. I'll just move it for a second and show you. See, there's a little bar I'll use. See, I'm trying to use a corner to poke it, but yeah. Wait, let me move it a little bit more this side. There. But pretty much, they were accused of pretty much cheating, even though that their movements are just really, really sharp. And also, there was this one incident where they end up snapping to a rock, but he will cover it in the video. And yeah, basically first it was they were, well, everyone was criticizing this person, essentially saying that they were cheating, and then basically something they end up finding pronouns, and then basically the whole thing ended up becoming a war between, the other stuff that's unnecessary. Basically, no one was defending this person at all, even though the fact is, I just kept saying throughout the whole entire thing that if they are cheating, let the game decide if they are cheating. That's what the anti-cheat is for. Why should we care? But pretty much other than that, I'm going to hit play the video. Wait, where's my mouse? Oh, wrong spot.
150,000 likes. People are.
Oh yeah, just to point out, one thing that kind of triggered me, even big people, none of them put allegedly at all. So basically, everyone is stating it like it's fact when there's actually no evidence other than what you could see. Pretty much, there is actually no evidence like they got banned on, the game itself. Technically, they got banned on Twitch, but that was because of mass reporting.
Just screaming over the hills and the mountains saying this is cheating, cheating, cheating. And of course,
By the way, they did get their account back within like under the 24-hour. Wait, I just realized there is an ad. But essentially, within 24 hours, they got their account back. So even shorter than what was it supposed to be. Like, usually it's supposed to be like when you first infringe or whatever the hell it is a 24-hour thing. But they got it back within like a few hours. But welcome back from the ads. I'm going to hit play.
of course, people want to know my opinion. I've been asked
I just
countless
put my
times
mouse
already
over
what I
here.
think about this because I'm a Battlefield YouTuber and particularly a sweaty Battlefield YouTuber. So in today's video, we're going to be going over all of these clips. And because I actually know the person in this video, I have the raw files. So we're not going to be going off of Twitter quality.
See?
I have the raw files. I asked this person, Riley, questions directly to explain some of the situations in these clips, and I'm going to be giving my thoughts on the clips themselves. Now, there are a lot of clarifications that have to be made before we get into this. Some people are going to be quick to point out that Riley is in the same content group or AIM community or whatever you want to call it that I'm in. You can see in the bio here, this is Team EXE. I am a part of This is Team EXE. Some people are going to be quick to say, well, Enders, don't you have an incentive to defend Riley, right? Don't you want to defend your teammate? No, I have absolutely zero incentive to defend them. And actually, I would argue the opposite. I have incentive to get to the bottom of whether or not they're cheating. So if they are cheating and leadership somehow refuses to remove them, I can remove myself from the situation. So I have absolutely zero interest in being biased towards Riley. We really don't interact. For the purpose of this video, I contacted them to actually get the raw files like I mentioned previously. So we're going to be dealing with raw footage just to show, the more high quality situation of what's going on. But I just wanted to make that very crystal clear. This is not going to be some sort of biased Team EXE inside job video where
I bet if X actually decide to look at this, like I'm talking about like people on X, if people actually looked at this video, they would still be pissed in their pants, freaking out.
defend everything Riley is doing. We're going to take an objective look at it, and I'm going to explain why these clips, in my opinion, are just simply not cheated. So, first of all, what you need to understand when you watch one of these AIM montages that Riley posts is that this is their entire prerogative, right? They are playing for clip farming purposes. That is their play style. And they have done this in a multitude of different games. You can see the pinned tweet is Modern Warfare 3. Then we have the Battlefield 6 hand cam clips. Then we have the clip that went viral, also in Battlefield 6. And just a couple more scrolls, you can see we have, this is Modern Warfare 3. This is Battlefield 5. This is Battlefield 2042. And actually, I've personal experience playing against Riley in Battlefield 2042. And I can absolutely guarantee you, their playstyle is purely catered to getting clips. They are not careful at all. They likely spend, for every 2-minute video they put up, they probably play the game for 10, 20 hours or something like that. So
pretty much this part, how he's pointing out the playstyle being not compatible for like teamwork, essentially. It's for clips and stuff. Mainly, like, for one thing that I could easily point out is like, I ended up watching like the Asmongold one. He was pointing out something along the lines of, if they're so good, why don't they sign to actual, one of those game companies where you basically do competitions. I don't really care enough to actually like know what the hell they're called. You guys probably know what I'm talking about, but sure he is. Why doesn't he sign up, for a team basically if they're so good? So the issue is, he pointed out something that is pretty solid. Basically, he pointed out that their playstyle is made for farming clips and stuff. So odds are they probably die a lot because since they're not careful, they probably walk into so many traps set by teams like, snipers, for example, or anything like that. Snipers are the thing that pop in my head the most because when you turn a corner and literally you just get sniped by like 5 people just camping, that is probably not that uncommon. But you get what I mean. Pretty much, it basically makes Asmongold's argument kind of invalid. But yeah, let's keep going.
that's something people really need to understand. This is a clip farm play style. There are certain elements of gameplay that are going to be relevant to that clip farm play style, like off-screen flicking randomly, 180ing randomly in the name of trying to get a clip. Some people look at that and just say immediately, "Oh my god, like macro or wall hacks or cheatings or whatever." No, and we're gonna be getting into that very, very soon. But again, CS2. The more I scroll, the more different games you find. Black Ops 6 again. So, like, am I meant to believe that this person is just cheating in every single one of these games, and it took Battlefield 6's beta for them to get caught? I highly doubt it. Now, before I go over the clips,
I'm just thinking one thing. So, how many cheats would he need for each and every game to actually lock on to people 24/7? Or would it be just like a one cheat type of thing? Oh, yeah. Pretty much afterwards, I'm going to go to my X and show you one thing that is kind of funny. Because I ended up replying to something that is like, yeah.
individually, we're going to watch this one time, just in its entirety, no stops. I have to mute it because there's copyrighted music and all that stuff, but we're just going to let it play, and I'm going to talk about some very important things.
Yeah, pretty much Asmon ended up letting it play actually. And I think it was like Linkin Park or something like that that was getting played. X is always salty. You can't say it's not. There's more salt in there than the Red Sea.
To keep in mind, just about the reaction this has garnered on the internet. So obviously with Battlefield 6, it's the first Battlefield game in a long, long time that appears to be worth a shit. So as a result of that, you're going to be having people that maybe have ignored gaming for a number of years come and get their eyes on anything Battlefield 6 content related.
I wish that I could actually be consistent aiming like that. Like I'm talking like not the snapping, no. I'm talking about being able to follow targets. I need to get good at games like that because if I could at least follow the targets and not overshoot, I would probably kill a lot more, but it also does not help that I'm running 30 FPS.
Now, with the way Battlefield is, it's a large scale game. It has fairly beamy gunplay, as you just saw in that clip right there. It's going to attract certain players like Riley that want to clip farm and hit cool moments and then post them on the internet. Probably baiting reactions as well, but you know that just comes with the playstyle, I suppose. So it's a kind of a perfect storm of things that all culminated into.
Oh yeah, by the way, one thing that Asmongold pointed out was every first shot is a body shot and then it goes to the head. Not gonna lie, all my shots that I ever do are always body shots because I'm never going to hit the head. It's very simple. I just refuse. Man, I should probably aim for heads more often, but yeah. I'm wondering if it's probably like a little tick that they ended up creating too, where they aim for the body and then just slowly make their way up. That might make sense because then the body's a guaranteed hit. So then you could just trace upwards till, you know, you run out of body.
The reaction over this clip, which in my opinion, I've been around Battlefield content right now for probably over 7 years. I can't name a single other situation that I have personally seen, including situations that I've been involved in, that have garnered as much vitriol and hatred as this particular set of clips that Riley posted just a couple days ago on Battlefield 6.
I love how all of the shots, some of them don't even snap to the head. Some of them just stay to the body, as you've seen with where is it? Well, I think it was like the guy laying down, but
Not to mention the
you'll
fact
probably
that this
notice.
playstyle really just isn't that common. It's not very commonly seen. It doesn't happen on console. You have a bunch of console players looking over here,
Sometimes
and
you
you're
don't
watching
even
this
need the
M&K guy that's
head.
a cat girl flick around everywhere. And to the average person, this probably does just look like aimbot, and they don't think too much about it. They look at it, they look at a flick, and they go, well, this guy's clearly cheating. Why would I even think about it? And I really feel like that is happening a ton with these clips. People aren't trying to deep dive. People
See, that one right there where that guy was laying down. Let's see if we could just give me a second.
with these clips, people aren't
See, he blasted the backpack, not the head. Wouldn't aimbot end up pulling to the head? That was just pure body shots right there.
trying to deep dive. People aren't trying to look at anything.
Yeah, all three of those
right,
were body
they're
shots only.
immediately assuming this is cheats. All right, now that we've watched it individually uninterrupted, we're going to be going over some of the specific clips in this video, mostly the ones that set off the most alarm bells for people, right? I think it's being referred to as the rock clip. That's the second clip in the video. We'll be going over that. I did ask Riley to provide me with specific explanations about certain clips, which I will provide to you as well. And there's also some interesting information that Riley provided me about some of limitations and why they play the way they do. So we will be going over all of this. This is the very first clip in the video. Again, I have it muted for, you know, copyrighted music, all that stuff. Sorry, YouTube, you suck. Just double kill here, right? Nothing really crazy. There's a little micro track there, but guy honestly barely moved. You know, this is just a fairly standard double kill, nothing too insane. This sequence right here is where I feel as though alarm bells for the average person may have sounded off, because this is the first target switch sequence. Again, the entire reason Riley plays FPS games, the entire, basically the entire point of their play style in all of these FPS games is to hit target switch moments such as this one. So let's break this down as best as I can. So they run in this room here. They see Riley sees these people in this corner right here. This is very important for upcoming sequences. But as you might
Just
have
that
noticed
face.
yourself, there is an individual
Just amazed, like
in the left corner. We see the shotgun, we see the hand, we see it all very
I
clearly, but
can't
we also
even
see these people
do
here.
that type
So
of face
Riley,
with this
knowing
model.
that this guy's in the corner with a shotgun, kills this player first and then attempts to flick over. As you can see, Riley completely, like, badly missed.
You'd think that aimbot would end up snapping to the nearest player and not the wall. Does that mean the wall is alive? What do you guys think? Did it move? Definitely
Badly
moves.
missed.
It's
So let's watch
sus.
that again in
It's a
real
sus
time, and I'll
wall.
stop it when Riley misses. So kills this guy in the corner, badly misses. And then there is a readjustment. So boom,
Yes.
boom, and then Riley realizes that, she fucking missed. Readjust to this play right here. Now, pay attention to what I told you previously. Riley's entire playstyle is hitting target
menacing.
switch clips.
Yes.
They have played countless Kovacs aim training scenarios, countless, probably tens of thousands of hours in FPS games, and they do have a natural talent for aiming. So this very simple aim adjustment after this miss is nothing too big of a deal. The player is standing still in a corner. This is almost a can't miss scenario after the initial very wide angle flick that was a low percentage chance to hit in the first place because, again, it was sort of outside of FOV. So we see this aim adjustment here, boom, right on the player. Player dies, and then there is another flick to the third player here, rather. And you might notice
he got all crotch
there
shots.
is an over adjustment. So boom right here, and then over adjustment. Again.
Poor dude, he's
So
never had any
Riley
kids.
Over adjusts for the first flick, misses, readjusted, kills the second player. Flicks to the third player, over adjusts, misses, and then
You'd think it
there
would
is
aim for the
another
head,
adjustment
right?
on to the
Not
third
that head,
player.
though.
And then there is an adjustment onto, again, I'd say another can't miss scenario, a guy that is trapped in the corner. Let's watch this clip in real time.
I'd say the aimbot is kind of failing. If such a thing was actually true, wouldn't it?
I'll try to point out best I can everything that is happening here. So, jumps in, left guy, miss readjustment, and then a easy kill in the corner. That clip, in my opinion, based off of my personal experience playing FPS games for tens of thousands of hours, that is absolutely 100% legitimate. Everything there checks out, in my opinion. There is just nothing suspicious about that clip. The speed isn't suspicious. There's just nothing suspicious. I don't know what to tell you. Now, onto the rock clip, which is by far, the biggest, most hated clip in the entire video. So this is the infamous rock clip, as Twitter is dubbing it, and there is a lot more than meets the eye here.
I like
when it comes to this clip.
reflexes.
There's a lot of prior knowledge. There's a lot of clip farming techniques, I suppose you could say, in this clip, and Riley provided me explanation in their own words about this clip, which I will be going over after I break it down and explain it. So, Riley's pushing towards the C flag here. This is very important because Riley has prior knowledge that the C flag is to her left, which means that at any moment, theoretically, if there's a fight going on and they want to try to hit a clip, they could always flick towards an enemy flag because there might just be an enemy over there. Hey, Anders from the future, interjecting here just for a second. Just wanted to provide you with what Riley's explanation was for this rock clip here. Riley said, the rock clip was a gamble off-screen flick. I knew the objective was over there, and I saw a radar ping in my peripheral vision, so tried to land facing it. My aim looks weird after the flick because I used way too much force for the motion. My super big off-screen flicks are really inconsistent because I'm not used to using my arm much. There's funny lore about the arm thing. My desk did not have room for both a monitor stand and my mouse pad, so I had to start using my mouse at a horrible position by default, causing me to almost never use my arm. I have a lot of hand cam videos of me on Kovacs complaining about it. I have since fixed it by getting a monitor arm for my second monitor, but this was super recent, so I'm still adjusting. And then Riley provided me with some clips showing the Kovacs hand position on the mouse pad sort of thing. As you can see, the arm position is way too high up on the mouse pad, and this causes there to be very little room for Riley to actually play with at the top of the mouse pad, which means Riley has to end up actually picking up the mouse off the mouse pad a lot. And for those of you that don't know, sometimes picking up your mouse off a mouse pad and then setting it back down has these crazy fast flick things that happen, and some people use them a lot in their gameplay, believe it or not. Yes, this is all weird, cringe aim knowledge, but I'm just trying to tell you what I know about it. Sounds ridiculous. People do it all the time. I hate to break it to you guys.
I don't know how they
People
do
it all the
that.
time. I've done it. I've even done more blatant looking things where I kill a random guy and I just flick over to a random smoke and I actually do kill someone through the smoke, which looks even worse
Blind shots.
than this. So Riley is running towards the C flag, prior knowledge of the C flag existing in the first place. Then we see this, okay, boom. There's a person right here, C flag to the left, clip farming playstyle. What's going to happen? Riley, of course, flicks to the left into the wall towards the C flag. Now, as you can see, there are a lot of people on the flag. So let's watch this again. Runs towards the C flag, kills this guy, flicks into the wall, and there's actually a guy right there. I'll zoom in the video. There's a guy
Yeah, I
in
could
the
barely
corner right
see
there.
it, but I could
just
see it.
barely see him. There's a guy
You
right
see
here
part of his
spotted
gun.
with his symbol over his head that Riley kills, and then there's another guy that is kind of has his back turned towards Riley at the beginning of the clip. And as you can see, after Riley kills the first guy, Riley actually didn't even see that player because Riley started running. Why would you stop shooting and start running if you saw that player beforehand?
That
or
gun
knew
has
that
a
player was
lot
there?
of bullets.
You wouldn't. You would just simply keep fucking
That's
shooting and killing
impressive.
him. Now, about this flick placement in particular, gonna have to boot up the good old MS Paint for this. All right, screw MS Paint. We're doing it in this
MS
editing
Paint.
software that I can go frame by frame by. Now, Riley has prior knowledge of this person being on the flag, and they're spotted on the minimap, and let's just see how this plays out. And I'm gonna try to point this out in the most coherent way possible. There's honestly like almost too much to go over here. I'm just going to try to point out things that really matter. So, Riley kills this person, and then we'll go frame by frame from here out. You can see a frame counter, right, in the bottom middle. I'll blow it up for you guys in post if you can't see it. We're in frame 587 right now. Riley kills this guy, and the flick from this guy to Riley's left starts at about frame 592. So as you can see, 592 to 593 is where we see the first turn to the left. Now it goes from...
I'm still kind of confused on one thing. How does Twitter think that this, well, not Twitter, but X, how do they think that's aimbot when there was so many body hits, but sometimes they still get headshots? I'm wondering that. Because the inconsistency in where the bullets hit, you think that they would question that, right? Or am I wrong here?
593 to 4 to 5 to 6 to 7 to 8. And then to 9. 8 is where the flick is at its most, its leftmost point, or what people were calling it like when it locked, right? When Riley locked onto the player, supposedly. And then the clip plays here, and I will go, play through the clip. Riley shoots.
I really doubt that they would ever do frame by frame. Knowing them, they would probably just want the world burning. Am I wrong here, or? It definitely seems like it, the way that they're freaking out over it. Because even, you wouldn't even have to do something like this. What you would logically do is just wait and see if they get banned by the bot. Anything that's better than them is cheating.
knifing to the right, peeking the flag, and then as we can see, there's nobody that Riley locked onto. There's just nobody there. And I will play this in slow motion again.
So close.
Nobody in Riley's crosshair. There's a guy here. There's a guy to the left of Riley's crosshair. And then as you can see, that guy moves. And there is another guy behind the initial person. Now, bear with me here. There's a lot to unpack. Let's go back and take a look at frame 598, where Riley locks on to somebody. And we need to understand some very important things about the minimap and where Riley's truly looking, and then the placement of the people on the flag, and then who this person spotted in the minimap actually is. So, if I can just somehow zoom in here to the minimap, this will just have to do. You can see that frame 598, where Riley's crosshair is at its most quote-unquote locked point, you can see where Riley is looking via the minimap. There's this person in the corner here, and then there are two people we know are on the flag. So if you draw a line, a straight line here, Riley never locked on to anybody. How do we know Riley never locked on to anybody? Well, if you draw a straight line, you can see that Riley's line is just ever so slightly, maybe to the left of the C flag, maybe directly at the C flag. And if we zoom out here, we can see that it is actually definitively to the left of the C flag. Now, if we zoom back in here and we play this frame by frame, you can see that when Riley peeks the flag, just bear with me here. There's a guy here. You can see this guy. How
many frames, right?
That's the guy spotted on the minimap. Very important.
Poor dude has to flick through them.
Right? And we're going to point out that this guy was actually always there, and it was the initial person that went on the C flag. But anyway, pushing through this clip here, frame by frame, no one in the crosshair, nobody to the left of the C flag. There's a guy here, there's a guy here, there's a guy here. Nobody to the left of the C flag on the initial lock. So again, we'll go back to frame 598.
Shock Pikachu face, right?
The leftmost point of the lock, where people are saying Riley locked onto somebody through the wall. And we'll go back to the minimap here. We'll go back to the minimap. Just bear with me here. Back to the minimap. You will see that if you draw a straight line, and if you consider the crosshair placement on screen, there was never anyone to the left of the C flag at the moment Riley locked on. So this is an example.
You really could have just watched some videos covering everything like this.
Clip farm playstyle. For every one of these moments that make it into a video, there are probably 50 that fail. Okay? And again, I will just play this.
I like how there's an animal in the chair.
Best I can again.
They're just vibing.
When Riley peeks the flag, there is absolutely nobody that she locked on.
I can't tell if it's a dog or a cat.
This guy here, who is on the minimap the entire time. There's this guy who gets spotted because I think Riley's recon teammates looked at this guy and auto-spotted him. And then there's the other dude. Oh my Jesus Christ. Then there's this other guy behind the spotted guy that appears.
Pixelation
and
much.
I'll just let the clip play and I will zoom out a
Due
bit.
to the fact that I zoomed in so
see,
much.
As this clip plays,
frames.
there is nobody to the left of the C flag at all.
Who would have thought, right?
So this clip is, again, nothing suspicious. It looks suspicious if you don't want to deep dive into the clip.
What? Oh, I seen something in this bits. Frame by frame.
X seeing frame by frame.
X seeing frame by frame. Yeah. I did not know that they had a Shock Pikachu face. That's cute.
But there is nothing suspicious here. And I will jump back in this clip real quick and just show you the minimap movement of this certain player. So I guess I'll just go in here and I'll do boom, and then I'll live editing right now. I'll do some live editing. We'll keep an eye on the minimap for this entire time, right? And as you can see, let's just make sure you can see it. Do you see this guy right here that's on the C flag? People were saying that the guy that was spotted, right, I guess wasn't the person that Riley killed. And they're correct. They are correct. But this is the person that made Riley flick to the C flag. And
Who would have thought,
we will
right?
again,
Movement
I
means
suppose,
look
just go in
over.
here and then restore this. And I will point out to you that this person that was on the minimap is the person shooting right here. Do you see this? Do you see this muzzle flash? Right there. And as you can see on the minimap, once again, they're shooting. This is the same frame on the minimap. So there was some confusion saying, oh, this guy in the minimap at that particular moment might have been behind a wall, might have been a different person. No, it was always the same person that was on the minimap in the corner from the start of the clip.
My question is whether it wasn't or was, which it very likely was, but that still makes you look the other way. Whether they're behind a wall or not, like, you would still look that way and see a swarm of people. Why would that be even necessary to even complain? Am I wrong here?
He just shot, stopped shooting, which took him off the minimap, and then shot again, which put him back on the minimap. Okay? I don't know if any of that made sense.
Oh.
I think
Herover_Samson
Thank
raided
you
my
so much
stream with
for
2
the raid.
viewers.
I will do a shout out. Right now I'm just like watching the video. Just giving a heads up on that. Let me do a shout out real quick. So how's your stream anyways? Oh, ad? Okay, we'll wait. Oh, why am I lagging? Or no, I'm not lagging. I thought I was lagging for a second. No, my phone just decided to do a stupid pop-up. Shout out. There. Oh, thanks for the head pat. Thanks for the head pat, Al. And are you out of... Well, are you out of the ad yet or no? But pretty much right now we're watching the video. Well, this one. Pretty much it's the one that I sent you before. Okay. Thanks for the raid. And also, I do a variety of... Well, first of all, if you need to get a drink, eat, or, you know, because it's been a while probably since you last did that, or relax, anything, you know. I'm not really good at those type of things. I really should figure out. But I do a variety of games. It does not really like follow anything really that much. I do like shooter and also RPG games, story games, you know, like basically random stuff. But Succubus Vampire and my lore, if I was to shorten it, essentially was died, reincarnated in dungeon, and now we're here. But essentially, I'll give you a little bit of a rundown. Essentially, this person on X basically was accused of cheating. This dude is going frame by frame, showing the inaccuracies if someone actually did use, well, if they actually did use like aimbot. And I'm going to link it at the end of this video. Mainly, the evidence in this video, it does not seem like they're cheating because of the fact that they have to keep readjusting. They're missing in like basically like very small amount of frames, but still they're still having to readjust over and over again. And also another thing in the video, if you actually pay attention, if you actually do watch it later. Essentially, the thing they were saying like aimbot or something like that, like or a soft aimbot or whatever the hell. Not this guy, but like on X. You basically see this person shoot body shots, sometimes end up killing the person. So it's not even like it's pulling to the head hard or anything like that. No, they just get like random shots that actually sometimes go after the head. That well, sometimes they aim for the head, sometimes they just aim for the body. This well, inconsistencies, you know. But I'm going to continue. Wait. Oh, my mouse is on the wrong screen.
I think it made sense. But the TLDR
Oh yeah, just clarifying. Right now he is talking about how the way that the person is angled, no one was actually in that line of shot because there was, I think, a person over here or something. Basically, this person over here, people are saying something along the lines of it could have been a person behind something, but your attention is going to get drawn to the ping no matter what. So that's kind of irrelevant, but yeah. They actually did not lock on to anyone. It kind of actually was like in between. There was, I think, either a guy there or I'm not really good at like perception for directions, but sure story is they missed in like their initial aim.
of this clip is that we'll just watch it in full time. We'll just watch it in real time. The TLDR of this clip is this is a side effect of a random clip farming moment where Riley tried to flick to a flag that Riley had prior.
See, pretty much they end up going like right there. There's a guy there, and when he zoomed in before, there's like a guy falling almost like his shadow. And then I think that there was a guy either here, somewhere like in this side, there's a guy. He was the one that made the ping show up.
Knowledge of to try to hit a clip to put in a Twitter montage. That is literally all
I
this
was a
clip
little
is.
off.
The outrage
He was
regarding this
over
clip
there.
is utterly ridiculous. And actually, Riley got the Twitch channel that they stream on
See,
mass reported and falsely banned. When I emphasize falsely banned, because of
gotta love when X decides to do mass reporting. I swear that they should do something like along the lines of if someone, well, if people mass report and it's actually false, they should lose value in actually being counted as accurate to the point that it turns less serious. Because if that's the case, then that would actually kind of penalize people that are mass reporting if it is not actually serious.
this clip, right? And here's the appeal. Here's the initial ban that Riley sent me. The
It
appeal
is
was
a bit
denied,
blurry,
right?
but
And
yeah.
Riley's Twitch account was, I think, suspended for 24 hours.
Let me check the. Yeah, I have no clue. Wait, give me a second. Let me just. Can we go higher? Let's try this. Is this better?
Hours. As of
Yes, it
recording this
is
video,
better. Okay. Here, I'll go back to when he shows the stuff
Riley
so you guys could
got
see it better.
the Twitch channel that they stream on mass
See,
reported and falsely banned.
it's a bit better
When I
in
emphasize
clarity.
falsely banned because of this clip, right? And here's the appeal. Here's the initial ban that Riley sent me. The appeal was denied, right? And Riley's Twitch account was, I think, suspended for 24 hours. As of recording this video, Riley is unbanned. So they
It did not even feel like 24 hours, though. That's the weird part. Pretty much, they ended up posting a video on, I think, X. It was them with a hand cam playing the game, and pretty much after that, they got unbanned. Not that long after.
will be back to streaming. Just want to make this very clear. Twitch did not ban Riley because Riley was quote unquote proven to cheat. That is
Yeah, people were treating that like a win, pretty much saying that if they were innocent, why did Twitch ban them? No, no, no. It's because mass reporting.
not what happened. Twitch suspended Riley's account due to mass reports from Reddit and likely Twitter as well. And this happened again to Riley in Delta Force, which of course Riley made a video for, similar
I
to
don't know
one
the lore
that
to
they
that
made in
one.
Battlefield 6. So, in my opinion, watching not only the clips that I went over in this video, but every single clip in this video, Riley is not cheating. They have demonstrated the same aim talent in every single game.
Oh yeah, just to clarify, pretty much he pointed out earlier in the video saying that essentially Riley's playstyle is one that, well, it's a unique type of one where you don't really pay attention to, like, well, you don't show as much caution, essentially. You're just booking it, essentially, like trying to get clips. Well, he did not say booking it, but he said not caring about their surrounding. I'm just assuming it means booking it. I do the same thing. We book. Everyone books. Very few people that don't, and I imagine people that play Rainbow Six Siege is the people that stay together because that game is heavily serious, not gonna lie, due to the fact that if you mess up there, your team will shoot you. They will take turns murdering you so you can't play the game. I experienced that hell. I know it. It was not fun. That's why I never bought the game again. After I got rid of the Xbox. Don't want it on PC. But
They have played. And I personally think.
oh yeah, just to clarify, Asmongold pretty much he said if they're so good, why don't they join a team? And that's like why he's suspicious and stuff. But the thing is, I imagine you have to be like a person that is more defensive, and we actually could see the cat more. It's a cat, but more on like the team side instead of like just trying to get a clip. I imagine that they die quite a lot. That's a cute cat, but oh great, Pepe.
The hatred and vitriol that has been spawned due to these clips is fucking disgusting and disgraceful. I really do. I've never seen anything like it. I mean, I'm talking about like 50 million views, 100 million views on some of the quote tweets. Obviously, because of the way Riley streams with the.
Oh yeah, just to clarify, pretty much the thing that bugs me, even the big well, not VTubers, the big YouTubers, they said it like it's a fact that the person was cheating. None of them said allegations at all. Like that's the part that triggered me, is because they're treating it like a fact when unless they get a game ban, then you don't know unless it's like some stupid person that ends up flashing their, mods and stuff, their hacks. And those type of people, a few people ended up doing that before. But you get what I mean. They should have said allegations. I could count on one hand how many people I seen on X, and I am kind of terminally online, like when I was like scrolling on X for like most of the day yesterday and the day before. I probably seen like two people, maybe three at max, mention it saying allegations. That's kind of ridiculous because it's not proven at all. And as you see from this video, well, other than the fact that, the people that rated, sorry, I was like 75% through this video. But yeah, I'm not sure if it's a good idea to like go through the thing again, but yeah, and then just like stop where we found it. But
Cat VTuber and the way Riley talks and everything, they're naturally susceptible to online, hatred and bullying, whatever you want to say. But the fact of the matter is, in my opinion, the clips aren't fucking cheated. The clips are not fucking cheated. They're not. It's just a weird ass play style that people aren't used to seeing in a game that has beamy gunplay and snappy fucking mechanics, or whatever you want to say. It looks crazy when someone with good aim is playing it. And I suppose you could say Riley made a video that baited people into thinking a certain thing because, of course, there are aimers, right? There are people that post these aim montages that specifically post them to bait cheat accusations. I don't think that's what Riley was doing here. The caption for the tweet was something like the most locked in cat girl you'll ever see in Battlefield 6. It wasn't something
I
like
seen it.
inflammatory, like, oh my god, like my aim is the best ever or something like that. So again, these clips aren't cheated in my opinion. If I thought they were cheated, I would have called it out myself. I would have probably also made a video, the exact opposite style that I'm making right now, covering this.
Which is reasonable.
If Team EXE didn't remove Riley, I would have removed myself from the team because obviously I don't want to be associated with anything like that.
Makes sense.
So there's that. I hope this video made sense to anybody watching it. I know it was kind of awkward with the fucking Sony Vegas editing and all that shit that I was doing. That's the best way I could figure out on the fly how to do it.
The cat does not
that's
care.
The best explanation I can present. I personally don't think Riley's cheating. Thank you for watching, and
They're just
have a
not.
great night.
Oh yeah, but I will link the video